Hello and welcome to Family Dynamics. It's Katherine.
And Liz.
And Ed.
And John.
And Mom.
Yay, Grandmary's here. Yes. Okay, so if you can't tell by some of the festive attire, we're doing a Christmas-themed episode. We're going to talk about the Killmond history of Christmassy things, and then also we did a little Christmas short movie, so we'll talk about that. We shot it at our mom's house, which I'm sure she enjoyed every minute of. Okay, so before we get to that, let's talk about what was it like having 8 kids for Christmas? I mean, it feels like chaos.
Well, that's perfect. With memories of the whole bedroom being full of bags with people's names on it so I could keep straight what I'd done. And I will never forget the Christmas where I got all dressed up and wore a long skirt and a lovely Christmas apron and the whole thing. And I set a fire, turned on the fire in the fireplace. And your dad came home. What is going on here? And I thought,
why?
I thought I had just set it up perfectly, and I'd forgotten to open the flue.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And so the whole living room was full of smoke.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was just...
And I mean, because I know when we got a little older, we would be elves and help you gift wrap. But what would you do when you had 4 or 5 kids really young that
too little
could not
to
help you at all?
Well, you don't have to wrap kids' presents.
What do you mean?
You didn't wrap our presents when we were little?
No, we kept them in the downstairs room, which was not really downstairs, a converted garage. And nobody went down there. And then when you went down there, you just got to see.
Oh, my gosh. Really? I don't remember
Wait
that.
a minute. What? You're saying our Christmas gifts were not wrapped?
Really little.
Really little. Okay,
So
wow.
not even the current house we...
No.
Okay.
No. And
You
then,
mean the Rose Avenue house before
yes.
Liz and I were even in kindergarten age?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I will never forget, your dad bought me a set of new towels.
Oh.
Which was really nice because if we had people over, we could put really nice towels up,
Okay.
And how did he wrap them? He draped them over you children, and you came in a procession with Rosemary at the end, crawling with one over her back.
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness.
A parade of Casper ghosts.
Only he could have come up with that.
That is
wow.
one of those gifts where you're like, I mean, we need it, but does it need to be a Christmas gift? Mark actually just asked for towels for a Christmas gift. And I was like, come on, dude. I mean,
I think the other way it works, right? We all agree that one of the best Christmas gifts that we all got our dad all simultaneously was 12 different flashlights.
I love a
That's very
practical
practical.
gift. Yeah. I love a practical gift.
I do not like a practical gift.
No,
Practical is just just go buy it yourself.
Okay, wait. I am so sorry. I launched into this history thing, but what I didn't do is Liz is dressed for some crazy party that she's going to after. First of all, the sweater is astonishing.
It's
Please
Velcro,
explain.
so you can place and play. You got to be careful not to get too close to the wrong area. But you can so
you can
my
rearrange.
son typically likes to pull off the pieces and I'll find them all year round. But so it's a pajama. This is a new thing. It's a pajama party. So it's all ladies. And I've been to one at my girlfriend Lainey's, which was a Hanukkah dinner. And I'm like, I don't really
pajamas to the dinner?
Yes, you wear
Okay.
pajamas. Let's be casual. And I'm kind of like, let's not. I have so many great Christmas,
I want to be fancy.
sparkly outfits.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're going to do casual. And then we're going to have dinner. And it's just not couples. It's just ladies. But, you're like, okay, well, what pajamas do I have? I don't have Hanukkah pajamas. So you got to figure that out. And now I'm going to a Christmas cookie ladies party where you have to bake cookies and bring them and you're going to exchange and all this and that. And it's another pajama one. And I'm like, I don't know why I have these, but I have these.
Okay. Let's see.
Candy cane.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, she walked in and I was like, what is happening?
They're silk candy cane pajama bottoms. I've never worn them. I don't know why I have them, but I was like, I have something to wear them to. And then it was like, what shoes?
Yeah, those
And I
boots.
never should have given you my little red elf boots. I have the most perfect red and green and white elf boots. That is a theme of what we'll talk about a little later.
In our little short film, it comes up. Yeah.
But I was like, well, I have white boots. So, I mean, now I don't look that pajama-y, but it's like it's an homage to pajamas.
Well, I will say, I mean, you are one of the more festive of all of the Killmond kids. You're probably the most festive. I mean, you brought all of these little guys.
Yes, you and John are not wearing them.
I know. Well, I mean,
John,
Ed,
would you
we've
wear
got
one?
Ed.
No, thank you.
See?
I
Yeah,
don't know
he's
what
got
you're
his
talking
headphones
about.
on too.
I always
How are
have
you doing
antlers.
headphones and antlers? That's pretty impressive.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas
I
miracle.
like it.
You know
Well-
what the Christmas miracle is? The jingle bells on this audio, but whatever.
The Jingle Bells? What do you mean?
Oh!
No. Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love it, Ed. Don't shake your head too much.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's kind of on like theme or like appropriate that I'm not really dressed Christmassy, and Grand Mary is doing her
You're
own.
in pink. What is pink?
Yeah.
That's not.
Wait till you
well,
hear.
I saw Katherine and I said, "Oh, purple. It's great for Advent."
Yeah, for Advent.
Except it's the pink Sunday.
Yeah. So not only was I not on purpose dressing anything related to the
Of course
holiday
not.
or Advent or like whatever. So Liz is extremely Christmas. I am like, I didn't get the memo apparently. And then Mom, who is very Advent aware, is doing pink because it's the pink Advent week. It's the
Candle.
week, right?
Yeah, but
Candle.
The priests don't wear anything pink during the week.
Oh, okay.
So liturgically, it's only correct to wear pink for one day.
Oh, for one day.
It just seems so off at this
I
time of
don't
year. You look like an
understand.
Easter bunny that's like gone crazy with the antlers. It like does not make sense at all.
Too bad.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty great.
She's dressed as an Easter ham
An
at
Easter-
Christmas.
Ew! Oh my god! I can't get that image out of my mind.
well, I mean, our favorite movie, the bunny is a pink bunny, right?
Oh, yeah. in a Christmas story.
True.
Maybe it's an homage to that, Mom, or we
All
can
right.
think that. We know it's not. We know it's not.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually just did sort of a closet turnover to, get my more winter clothes out. I was like, I have too much to wear that I won't get it all in. And so these pajama parties are killing me.
Yeah,
So I'm
you
like,
need.
oh.
You have your own events, your own fancy
I've been
Christmas event.
very busy. It's been a busy holiday season.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, there's been a lot. And girlfriends have very nicely hosted things and gone to things. And so, no, I mean, but I still won't get to wear all my festive wear. No.
Poor you.
I know. So going back, even thinking about like, would you dress all of us kids alike? Like the traditional, like, the girls wearing little red dresses and the boys in little suits? I mean, how'd you get all that together?
When you were kids, I loved dressing you girls in the same matching dresses
Oh,
because
yeah.
you had all three sizes and so cute. And then the boys, their Uncle Joseph, my brother, used to buy them matching suits.
Oh, really?
Oh,
how
how
sweet!
cute.
And they were like, shorts with little jackets
Oh,
and then
no.
Peter Pan collar shirts. And
Yeah, because we've talked about growing up in Southern California, we don't really have cold winters.
Yeah, no.
You can have a Thanksgiving and Christmas that is like in the 70 or 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And so you want a fire and you're like, oh, well, I'll cozy up. And you're like, I'm
No.
sweltering. You can go to Christmas Mass and someone will be standing next to you, which I think is inappropriate, but they'll be in shorts.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was the famous, we've talked about it, but that was the famous Nana when your parents were coming out to visit us and he gave her a fur coat at Christmas, which I still think was made out of like beaver. It was so hideous.
We figured out what it was. I can't remember what it was, but
Remember.
it was some kind of
yes,
weird
Yes, it's Russian lamb.
Russian lamb.
Oh, that
Very
I don't even think we figured that
swirly.
out.
Yeah, it's very swirly.
It's
I thought you said it's very squirrely.
No.
I'm like, it does look like a squirrel.
No, it doesn't. I thought it was lovely.
The jacket just gets very bushy during the winter.
Oh my gosh! And I think your sister still has it because she sent us
yeah,
a
she
picture.
did.
Oh, yeah,
at
she did.
Therese. We were dying. So she insisted upon wearing it to Christmas Mass, even though it was one of those 80 degrees out, and she's just melting next to me and like emanating heat. But so you also did. Everybody does Christmas cards now, and you do the family portrait. I don't know if it was totally typical back then, but you would do like a collage one.
Yeah.
That where you cut out pictures. I mean,
It was very crafty.
and Xerox copy. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I mean, make literal like hundreds of copies. What made you start doing that? Because that was a huge task.
Well, I don't know. I think we were very happy that we had this large family one to let people see it grow.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first one that we did was a picture when Rosemary was very little.
That was a group photo. I remember this. It's like a sequence of photos of you guys trying to get a good picture of the 5 of us.
It was so
And it was a
awful.
fiasco.
Well,
Wasn't
it
it
was-
like time for her to eat or something and she was like a wreck?
After Mass, and it was time for lunch.
Oh, no.
And she had all, she used to suck her middle fingers.
Uh-huh.
She
You know,
did?
in one of the pictures, she's got the fingers stuffed in her mouth.
I want to find
that's
that.
kind of rock and roll.
Desperado,
Oh, gosh.
And your dad was so frustrated. It
Was he
so
taking the pictures?
funny. Yes.
Oh, that's hard.
And a little history on our dad's, photography career. He really liked to capture natural poses,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is innately against my nature. So I cannot stand, there are so many pictures
He
of
loves
us.
a mid-word photo.
Oh, God.
Like,
And the
or love,
teenage years were really rough with our braces and acne. And there are pictures you're like, I don't know what time capsule you're trying to capture here, but I don't think it's a good one. If
You
you'd
wanted an authentic moment.
Oh, no.
And what was really funny when I started doing the collages was I would have a terrible time finding a picture of me.
Of course. Of course.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
have ones where I have sunglasses and a hat on. You really can't tell who it is.
You probably could have used the same one year after year. You didn't change that much some years. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
yeah, it didn't.
But there was usually a kid added,
Yeah.
or someone had done sort of a big transition of like, oh, that's a teenager now, or oh, that's not a baby anymore.
Yeah.
And they're really cute. You have them
Up on the wall.
up on the wall going up the stairs at your house.
Not all of them, but
Not
yeah.
all of them.
A good amount of them, and they show like a bunch of different styles of you evolved of how you approached them.
And then you stopped doing pictures and you started doing your Christmas Merry letter, your Merry Christmas letter.
Oh, I don't remember that, and I'm not doing it now.
You don't remember doing these? Okay, wait a minute. They were usually like a full page typed out,
Well-
giving updates on everybody.
Yeah, well, updates on everybody would take a page.
Well, the funny thing is, it's not like we got to proofread it.
No. You
So
didn't get an
you
edit
get
on
it in the mail.
and you'd be surprised to be like, oh, that's what she wrote about us. Okay.
And you're a very honest person. So it was a usually very accurate depiction of what was going on in someone's life. It was like, this
I didn't
person.
want everyone to know that.
Well, yeah, pretty much. You'd be like, this person recently lost their job. You're like, what?
no,
Or like,
she didn't do that. Did she?
she did a year with my husband Mark that was so alarming.
He's
we
going
were
through a
dying.
transition
Yeah,
of
it was like
moving from job.
no
Yeah.
longer being able to find work in this career field. It was like, what? It's something like that. It was so funny. We're like, oh. He's like, who did you send this to? I'm like,
Everyone.
I think everybody. I called John or Virginia had helped. I'm like, did you read this over? They're like, not really. I'm like, oh my gosh, who'd it go to? I don't know, her whole mailing list. I'm like, oh my
Okay.
gosh.
No wonder my friends ask me, well, tell me about your kids, because I don't do the letters anymore.
I remember my friends a couple of them were on your list, and they would get them and call me and be like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And I think it's a very normal thing that even David Sedaris does a very funny take on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I've received them as well. And there'll be things about currently residing in the correctional institution of California. You're like, are you saying he's in jail?
Yes.
There are ones you're like, I don't think we need to know that. So,
Well, there's
it's a
the-
very
yeah.
typical, where the grandparent or the parent sends it out and, they're just a little too honest or they twist the truth just a little bit and you're reading it going, what in the world?
Yeah, because there's the other approach, which is to do an overly
brag,
yeah,
yeah.
an overly positive, which is not accurate, but
Yeah.
very braggy, and
You had
on,
a nice
on the
balance.
shiny side.
There was a nice balance. And because you had so many kids and then it started to be in-laws and grandkids. And so it was a lot for you to track. But the Christmas cards were pretty awesome. And it's wonderful we still have them. I always think about,
Oh, they're a great
this
reference.
is old
I love
school
it.
photos. So when you cut that photo up, that was the end of that photo.
yeah. I mean, the negative might exist somewhere, but that was the print that was in the house, and it's now just the cutout of that person on the Christmas card.
Yeah, you
Collage.
still have a little bit of that in you because this is going way back, but it's around, I think I was getting married, and you made a collage cut for me. And these pictures, I'm like, knowing the pictures you would cut up, I'm like, oh my God, okay, well, that's done. And
Oh,
now
an
it's-
actual cup like this and put
and
pictures
now,
in it?
And now it's in cup form for all eternity. I was like, I can never get rid of this cup, or I got to figure out how to get this shellacked photo collage off of here to get these memories that I love. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, Mom and a glue gun is dangerous.
Mom, you're very crafty.
So to go back, so you then, at a certain age, and everybody plug your ears, a certain age, the elves came in to help Santa gifts. And the older kids you'd give us a bag and it would be like, you're wrapping John or Gigi's or Eddie's. And we'd go up in a room and it was so funny because then you knew. Rosie was the worst. If she knew what you got, she'd be like, oh, I want to tell you. Oh, what's on your list? Maybe you got it. Maybe you didn't get it. Oh, I want to tell you. Rosie could not. Rosie has such a hard time, knowing a surprise.
Right. So the general idea was you'd buy all the stuff for each kid, you'd put it in a bag, and then you'd give that bag to a different kid, and they'd be in charge of wrapping all of that.
And we got assigned a special wrapping paper.
Yeah, a specific wrapping paper per kid.
Well, then you didn't have to label them. There'd be one. There'd be like your stocking, and it would have a
swatch,
like
a little cutout piece,
wrapping paper, and then you just wrapped all the gifts.
That was a very smart innovation.
Well, especially when they were little, because they couldn't read.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That is
when
smart.
It started, and I thought, well, I don't have to write cards. That's even better.
No, it was great.
never
It was a
ended.
great idea. It was a great idea.
And it was.
You know who was great?
Who?
James's kids, when they lived with us, and when they lived down here, they used to come over and do them.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They used to help me correct papers, too, for school.
I mean,
those
now
kids
you're
are
not
so smart.
doing,
Yeah.
you're not necessarily doing gifts for everybody anymore. It's too much.
You're not supposed to anyway. You
We keep
still do
telling you not
kind
to do
of.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take that for, please, it's on tape. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
great.
do it.
Actually, we're
Don't
like,
do
yes,
it.
do not. No.
Don't do it.
This does not count because a couple days later, she's going to think to herself, you know what?
I need to buy a bunch of stuff for everybody.
We're getting down to there is no time for it. You know what? No. No. So I just think it's, when we were kids, there'd be big piles of presents and you'd run downstairs and you coordinate the wrapping paper on the stocking with your pile. Some kids, you'd have to tell us. I feel like there wasn't a full, I got more, I got less, or I think there was a good attitude every Christmas.
Well, and I made an effort to keep it kind of even.
Yeah.
Because as someone once said, Liz is so easy to buy for.
Oh.
I was like, what? That's
What?
true.
She's terrible. Oh, what?
What? And Virginia, she's the worst. Oh, why didn't you get me this? She was just brutal. I mean, I can't ever wear wool,
Well, I don't blame her, but that's true. So then at this point, were we going to Christmas Mass in the morning? We would go open presents and then you had to get us dressed and go to Mass?
I think so. I think we went to a Mass after you opened your presents when you were little. But when you were really little, Frank and I went to midnight Mass.
Really?
And you were all home with some grandparent or something.
Oh, that was smart.
So
And then
it was
in the morning was, you're too little to be obligated to go.
Right.
Oh, so you had checked it off your list and then you had the morning free.
I told you about my parents, what they did when we were little.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you go and do anything until after Mass.
Oh, they would get us all up. We'd all get dressed for Mass. And then we'd go to Mass and we'd come home and we'd have this very elaborate breakfast, which we got to help cook.
Oh, you got to help cook.
My gosh.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
actually-
you probably just cooked it.
There's no way your mom did anything.
Oh, not much. Anyway, no, my dad really liked to cook.
Right.
Of course.
So he'd do fried potatoes and eggs and Christmas buns and, it went on and on. And then we had to clean it all up.
Oh, geez.
So what the heck
Completely.
time?
Just hang on here. And so we'd completely clean it up, and then we'd sing Christmas carols.
Oh, geez. I mean, I'm surprised you're not and then we'd say the rosary.
The most aggressive
then-
Christmas carols. You're like, la 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 la.
I'm into this. I'm into this. The whole immediately wake up and get the presents out of the way. How long did I try to figure out that gift for you? No, you're going to wait 6 hours.
Yeah.
The anticipation,
0.
you're going to get a pencil and you're going to be like, oh my God, pencil!
0 immediate gratification. Okay, so now you're singing Christmas carols.
And then, can you believe there's one more step? They made themselves a silver gin fizz.
Oh, a
drink.
cocktail.
Yeah, a
okay.
cocktail, so they could sit there and watch the whole.
Oh, my
What
God.
time of day did you finally do the
And
gifts?
the room that the gifts were in could be closed off.
Of course.
So you couldn't see one thing.
Oh, my Lord.
And then we'd go in.
What was
Oh
it,
my
4
gosh.
o'clock in the afternoon by this
I
point?
think it was probably 1.
Oh, wow.
That is insane. I mean, I talk about discipline. I mean, I don't think you could have gotten all of us kids on board for that.
Well, it's called delayed gratification. And
Yeah.
it's really a very good ability to have that.
I don't know. On Christmas, that's a bit insane. I mean, that's like
Well,
crazy.
that's the one time it would really matter, wouldn't it?
Oh my. Were they threatening all the way up into it? Like, if you don't behave, Santa's going to take away those gifts.
No, we had elves that lived in our house and reported on us.
Oh my gosh, they were the. Oh my. Elf on the Shelf. Your parents invented it?
Well, you could never see it.
Oh my gosh, that's literally practically Elf on the
Invisible
Shelf.
elves.
Oh
They
my
could be
gosh.
up the chimney. They could be behind.
But they knew
a
everything.
post or-
And they were spying on you?
Yeah.
That's literally Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
We could have been billionaires.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, your dad, I mean, your grandpa was so inventive. He was remarkable.
Didn't he practically have elf shoes and feet? They're always like curled
did.
to a point, right? Maybe he was the
I
original
think he
elf.
was just going along so fast that the front of the shoe turned.
Doop, curled up.
Yeah.
He was
so
running.
busy, so
Yeah,
busy.
so busy.
And then as we got older, like I said, we transitioned not only to help get wrapping the gifts, but we also transitioned to going to midnight mass after the famous Dragon Christmas party.
Yeah, that's
We'd
right.
go. We were working in retail at the time, so we typically had to work Christmas Eve, and then we'd all be dressed really nice. We'd go to Christmas Eve mass. There usually still was young babies who were tired because we'd gone to a party,
Yeah.
and that was like a fancy kind of adult party, but they allowed the kids, which was awesome.
Yeah, they.
I mean, you have to on Christmas
whole
Eve.
Whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to on Christmas Eve. I mean, how are you going to break up everybody, right? But, we had little kids and we were like, oh, the Killmonds are coming. Great. That's 10 people. I mean, that is a lot to shove into your house. Like, right out of the gate, 10 people are coming. And they had a really great bar. I remember, like, that was the
yeah.
first time I saw, like, a bar in a house. It was really, like, a real deal where I was like, oh, I want one of those.
Yeah, they had a bartender usually.
Yes, standing behind making really adult drinks, which, with our braces, we're like, do you think we can get one? No. I mean, we're not fooling anybody.
Well, we went for many years to the point where we were legal at some
You
point.
were,
I
yeah.
was.
I
for
was
sure.
never legal.
Well, it was so interesting because, it's just we saw kids grow up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you were a good acquaintance or, quite friendly with the parents, but you had no idea what was going on with the kids. So you'd a lot of times not see them any time but Christmas.
Yeah.
So you'd get a whole year of growth and,
Yeah. Those were
Shock.
fun parties because, like I said, they had that adult, like you knew you had to behave. Everybody was dressed up. It was very
Fancy.
festive. And it really was like, even for Dad, he was so busy with we owned a Catholic bookstore. And really, the Christmas season was so busy. I mean, so by the time he got to that Christmas Eve party, he was like, oh, God, he knows he's off for a day or two. And it's like, I can finally relax. Whatever's done is done. And usually the Christmas season was very successful. So he had a sense of relief.
yeah.
And so we went to midnight mass, which at the time was midnight, right?
Yep.
No.
No, it did not transition to the 11 o'clock until some point
Oh, well. that
Later,
could be.
yeah.
later. It literally was a midnight mass.
Yeah, I feel like there was.
What time is midnight mass?
10:30.
Yeah,
What?
right.
Okay.
I do feel like there was an exodus from that Dragon party around 11:30-ish of like not half of the party, but a good bit of people. Oh, they're going to midnight mass, and we're like, man, someday we're gonna get on that train, and we're not gonna have to go to mass tomorrow morning. I remember that energy of our like, man, we could just be like going to mass right now. We're all tired and dressed. Let's do it.
I know.
Yeah.
We had many, many years.
Yeah, because we would come
taking
home
kids.
and you would allow us to open up one gift on
That's
Christmas
right.
Eve. And
Yeah.
you would make, okay, if you know anything about me, maybe you don't know this. I love eggnog.
Oh, she loves it.
And
She's always pushing it on people.
And I usually do try to buy like 5 or 6 types. So, like, what's the best one?
Pennsylvania Dutch.
And that's spiked or no?
Yeah.
It's already got the alcohol in it, that one, or we don't know? Yes. Oh, the
I
boys are
can't
both saying yes.
Okay, so
You definitely need,
it was great.
like, non-alcoholic egg rum is not fantastic because you need to kind of cut the.
Egg rum, eggnog. What are you saying?
Well, she's got the important ingredient listed.
Yeah, she got
I call it egg rum.
That was a Freudian slip. She's like, egg rum.
The most important part, egg rum. So egg rum nog. So
I nog in agreement.
yes, exactly. There's a thickness you got to cut a little bit. So, but I've tried multiple brands. Every year is a real, like, I make it, I'm enjoying it. Both Mark and Ethan are like, really? They try sip, they hate it. But it's so rooted in my childhood because the last time I had homemade eggnog was you.
Yeah.
First of all, that you wasted all those eggs on eggnog is like shocking. But you were in there whipping.
Yeah.
And we'd have Christmas cookies and you'd make eggnog.
Yeah.
And that's fresh eggs. Like the salmonella potential was like
that
shocking.
seems really like. Yeah.
Aren't I glad that I never had those kind of phobias?
No, and we all survived and all lived, and it was delicious. We should tell the one story of Christmas Eve where Mom was making eggnog, and we all decided to watch a movie.
Well, wait. Are you talking about the fire?
No.
No, we talked
Oh,
about the
that's
fire.
something else?
This was
She's
the
talking about a specific reference that
I don't know
might
this. What do you-
I might have gotten some people in trouble from. Go for it, Liz.
Okay, so you have older siblings, and we were never allowed to watch TV during the week, but we would. And there was a cable channel that I don't know if we hijacked it off a neighbor's wire or if we were just getting the signal
Oh, the
bizarrely.
Z channel.
The Z channel. So that had like R-rated movies, which we were for sure not allowed to watch. But we had watched a movie, and I guess we weren't really aware because we were sneak watching it. It was high intensity. And I don't think we were aware
Super
that
secret, yeah.
Eddie was like watching it with us. So fast forward to Christmas time. It's like, oh, well, let's watch a Christmas movie and just see what's on. Now, this is before the Christmas Story would be on like a 24-hour.
This was just randomly what is on.
Because I think now you can Christmas Story and A Wonderful Life are like 24 hours a day
On
at
some
Christmas.
channel, yeah.
But we're like flipping the channels. Mom is making eggnog, and we're getting cookies, and everybody's got their one gift, and we're still done. And it was not a midnight mass night, so it's like it is late, but we're all like bleary-eyed, holding on for the experience, right? And we sit down and we're having eggnog, and you've settled down now. It's like so great. And Trading Places is on, and it's because there's like a Christmas tone to it.
It is a Christmas movie. It's set at Christmas. It's about trying to make better decisions about your life and whatever.
Yeah.
It's Christmas themed and
Yes.
Christmas set. So people sometimes forget that it is technically
It's
a
like
Christmas
the
movie.
great
Yeah.
debate we've had before is Die Hard.
A Christmas movie,
or
yeah.
not.
Right.
So either way, we start.
Mom says no.
So we start watching it, and like there's a full-on hooker in it.
Well,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis plays a woman of the night and has a full frontal nude.
She's gorgeous boobs, and the room, like the air got sucked out of it because it was like, oh, and we're like all laughing, like, oh my God, this is so great. We're watching this movie, and Mom and Dad are liking it because it really is a
Very
great
funny.
movie. But it was out of the kindness of her bosom that she was showing her boobs to warm up
She's
Dan
trying to warm
Aykroyd's.
up.
Yeah, so
He's sick.
But she does that, and we're like, already the movie's
Somebody
inappropriate.
cover
We should
Ed's
not have been
eyes.
watching it. But we're like, I don't know, you both. I don't know if you had a little early rum. You both were going for it, so we're like, we're not
Well,
going to
they
say
also
anything.
didn't know that this was going to happen.
But we did because we'd seen it. We're like, oh my God. And there's her boobs. And the room goes totally silent. And Ed, what'd you say?
Somebody covers Ed's eyes. I'm like, whatever. I've already seen this with you guys before.
Oh, we were in trouble.
I
That was
didn't
so
know that
hard.
wasn't allowed.
The rules that we had, especially when your father died, I said, you guys have to be responsible. John is very young.
Yeah, John, a kid.
Really, you can't watch stuff with him that I wouldn't want you to watch, and I'm going to have to trust you.
Well, this was before that, so
This
I'm
was
sure we
before
stepped
that.
it up.
And like I
after.
said, we were so excited to catch any Z Channel movie.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yes, it was a great Christmas memory. It did not get ruined. We all thought, that's it. Christmas is over. Christmas is canceled. They're going to take away all our presents. Like, we were terrified. But then our dad, who there are some great iconic stories, where you thought he was going to go, he went the exact opposite direction and just started laughing.
Yeah.
Because you could tell all of us kids, like, that we were terrified. Like, oh my God. And Ed was like, they're going to kill me. Like, it was like, forget it. And yet, Dad, not being a Grinch, he actually, when Christmas got going, he was always very festive and into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The build up, another story. But
Yeah.
and he really did have one of those moments where he just started laughing, like what can you do? I mean, this is such ludicrous.
Yeah, it would have been so easy to go the other way than he did. but it would have ruined everything. What would that be?
No,
Yeah,
so
what would that
it
have been good
didn't.
for?
And then I think we did end up watching the entire movie.
I'm
with
going to take a
eggnog.
little bit
I
of
have-
credit.
Zero memory of this.
I'm going to take a little bit of credit and say
I probably
my
had too
response.
much rum.
Yeah.
My response allowed it to be such a light, easy reception. Oh, I've already seen this. I'm a weathered 7-year-old. Calm down.
God.
Jamie Lee Curtis is fine.
Oh, God. I mean, yikers. Well, anyway, you're going to celebrate with a lot of eggnog, like I will. However, you're going to do it. Egg rum. That's
well,
a new thing.
I think we want to touch on, we did
Oh,
shoot
yes.
a little Christmas short movie to try and encapsulate what our current Christmas situation is like.
Yeah.
Scene 1, take 1.
See one, take one.
Click. Yeah.
Step out. Great job. So we did sort of like our own version of almost like a Modern Family episode. And we came over to Grandma Mary's house and helped her decorate. And so everybody plays a version of themselves in it. Mom, how was that? Having us all come over and do a full production in your house.
It was insane because all of a sudden we had to decorate for Christmas and we had done absolutely nothing and usually don't
Yeah.
generally. And it was like, what?
That's what happens in filming. You're usually a little ahead.
But we wanted to document, particularly, you have quite an assortment of stuff that you have collected over the years, and there's always a lot of chaos involved in what the decorations are, all of your Christmas clothes, which is a whole other thing. Just that there's
This is why
so
I'm like
many
pink.
of us. Yeah.
I was like, what is going on?
I
You have
know.
so many Christmas sweaters. You have so much. But it's the pink Sunday. So
It's the Pink Sunday. Yeah, so production-wise, it was very fun. A lot of the family was involved.
You were the director.
Well,
I directed it, yeah.
I must say, you were really quite amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, they know what they're doing. Can I go hide someplace? And yesterday, when you were picking up some shots, and so then it had gotten undecorated, then we had to decorate again, was crazy. And I ended up reading a whole book in my room.
Oh, wow, okay.
Hiding out.
And someone said, "Oh, are you going to have lunch?" And I thought, well, yeah.
I should.
And he said, well, you can have anything, but don't cook anything.
No.
And I thought I was going to have a fried egg sandwich.
Oh, no.
No, I had it today. Anyway,
Our short film prevented you from having a fried egg sandwich.
Oh, my God,
Mother.
help us.
why did I end up with a cheese or something? It was ridiculous.
Oh, gosh.
I was so like,
Thank you, Mother.
banished. I had to get out of the
No,
way.
you then decided to warm up little quiches in the toaster oven, which was too noisy.
Well, it was something.
Well, the short film turned out very, very cute. So that's going to be up on our YouTube channel. It was really a fun experience, too, to sort of document what it's like at your house during this
It's
season.
our holiday card to all of you.
Yeah.
So showing a little bit of our family dynamic to all of you.
Yes,
There
yes.
you go.
I think I'll do that. I'll contact all my friends on Facebook, and I'll say, look up. And then
Oh, yeah, we
and
can.
then-
Send a link.
Absolutely.
And that's my Christmas card to you.
Oh, perfect.
Promote it. Thank
I
you,
love
Mom.
it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I was like, what? That's great, because it's not very long, is it?
No, it's a short.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
a long version and there's a very short version.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Well, we'll be all together at Christmas evening together at our sister Gigi's house. So we
I
wish.
don't think the Killmonds will come down.
No,
they.
they usually don't. James
no,
and his family don't usually come down for Christmas.
I know, because it was Thanksgiving was like
A lot of people.
unbelievable. 37 people we figured out.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
And only 2 of them weren't family.
That's true.
yes, at my house. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
But
that's
you
what the holidays are all about: being together with your family, if you can be, if you're lucky enough to be. So we are.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be all together, and we wish you all a happy holiday. Thank you for listening, and a blessed New Year to all of you as well. Because I don't think we'll be back before then.
Nope, we won't.
So enjoy your holidays. Thank you for listening to Family Dynamics.
And of course, you can always watch all the episodes on YouTube at the Knack Entertainment YouTube channel. And you can follow us on all of our social media, which is Family Dynamics with a K. And that's Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and X. So that's it for this episode of
Family
Dynamics.